All right, hey, good morning, everyone. Now, I know it's not exactly November yet. We're still a few days away, but we're close enough. I wanted to do a garden tour because there's a lot going on out here since the last garden tour. And now that the weather's calmed down, everything is really starting to grow. So let's do this garden tour right now. Let's start over in this section because there's a lot going on just in this one little section that I'm really excited about. Okay, lots of basil. Basils are still going really good. And then check out these gorgeous marigolds. I mean, look at the coloration. I mean, just beautiful basil. Bees are still out here doing their thing. We've got some good jalapenos that are growing. I mean, look at all of the jalapenos that are coming on. Really doing good. Check out the bees doing their thing. Panning over the asparagus. I mean, look how tall these things are. They're doing really good. More marigolds. Just beautiful colors. And then check out all these okras. Now, I did this on purpose. Okay, so why did I let these okras get so big? Well, I'm going to use all these big pods here for seeds for next year. So I wanted these to get really big as they can go. And then I'm going to cut them off, store the pods with the seeds in them, and then use them again next year. So I'm not rebuying seeds again and again when we got them right here. So that is why I did this. Look at the size of some of these pods. I mean, look at that one. Things are huge. Now, this one is right at the range where you can microwave it and actually still use it, which I'll put a link to that video right here. For the most part, all of these are just way too big to do anything with. These pods are just so fibrous and hard, you couldn't do anything with them. So I'm gonna use them for seeds. Panning over, we got lots of the cucumbers and zucchinis that are finally starting to take off. I mean, they're starting to trellis up right here. That's making me very happy. So all in all, this whole section is doing really well. Now I'm going to show you one thing that really chaps my hide. And do y'all remember my plant, my big, beautiful plant that I've had for 7 years? If you're not, this is what it looked like about 4 months ago. Yeah, and now it looks like that because of that neighbor. I don't know what he did on the back side of that fence, but he killed this plant. And to say that I'm not happy about it is an understatement. But well, look at that. Look what came to visit. Y'all, nature's awesome. You can't even plan stuff like that, but pretty cool. All right, so panning away from the butterfly. Got these roses that are starting to come in. I mean, look at how beautiful that flower is. Just gorgeous. We got all these lantanas that have just blown up. I mean, look at that. Oh, is that the same butterfly? I think it is. It's following us, y'all. These beautiful lantanas that have just really blown up in this corner over here. And then as we swing around, we got more okras. Now again, I did the same thing over here. I'm letting these okras get really big. This is an Eagle Pass okra right here. But I'm letting these get really big, same over here. These are just like the other ones, Orange Jean. Look at that flower. Y'all, I think, quite honestly, this is my favorite flower. And it's an okra flower. Just so beautiful. I can't get over it. But yeah, so the okras are still doing really good. And again, I'm letting them go real big right now, just so I can save the seeds and store them. Panning on down and over, we got lots of eggplants still growing, all different sizes right now, because this weather is just optimal for these eggplants. I mean, look at these flowers here and all these stinking ants everywhere. Like right inside there is a baby eggplant. Another small one right there. And then once again, more different types of okra over here. And I'm letting these get really big also. So right now, everything with this weather is doing really good. And most of these are summer crops. So these aren't even really the fall crops for the most part. All right, as we continue to pan, we've got more beans that I planted here, squashes, things of that nature all through here. Got tomatillos right here. I went ahead and tried to plant these bunching onions, which they're doing a good job. And as I'm filming, I'm weed eating. Tend to get squirreled. I don't like weeds. But these are all bunching onions, and I really hope they take off. They're doing okay. I really thought they'd be doing a lot more. I really thought they'd be producing more than they are right now, but that's all right. I'm not tripping. Okay, this entire section, I still need to fill in this big old hole, re-amend this whole section, because all of this will be carrots. I am going to do a video soon on how to plant carrots, and this will be the entire carrot section. Because, well, there's carrots already growing that I missed when I harvested them a few months ago. So this will be a perfect carrot area, and I will get that video out very soon. These are all beets. The beets are doing really well. Just since I posted that how to thin your root crop video, which I'll put a link to right here, these have actually blown up. Now we have had rain, a lot of really good rain over the last few days, but as you can see, they're really starting to put on the top parts of the plant, and it's going to be time for me to come in and thin these out just like I did those radishes, which I will be doing very soon. Down to this corner of jungle. It's just a mess, y'all, but look at those flowers. My word. Those lantanas are just gorgeous. I mean, multiple colors in there. If y'all haven't been able to tell in this video, I like me some flowers. You really should have flowers in your vegetable garden. 70 to 30% mix. You want 30% flowers in that range, 70% veggies. Again, the flowers just bring in the pollinators, and they add a beauty to your garden that otherwise you might not have. So plant flowers. We got a rose, different type of rose up there. The bee doing its thing. So yes, this corner definitely, I keep saying this, but now that the weather has finally calmed down and it's nice, I am gonna get out here and totally change this corner, because I like it, but it's crazy. And I'm sure my neighbors don't like the fact that I've got rose trees growing into their backyard. So anyway, that's that corner. Let's continue. Okay, y'all, I just got to show my cat. Yeah, she's always watching me. She's a little creeper. Okay, this bed. Now, these Carolina Reaper plants have pretty much died, but I'm just leaving them in. Why not? Now, if y'all remember, I planted onions in here, and you can see the onions growing up through all these volunteer basils. And they're doing really good. They're finally coming on. The onions are finally growing. It makes me very happy. And I am never going to have to buy basil again, ever. Because just in that one bed is enough basil to transplant forever. Now, I will say when the freeze comes, they're all gonna die, but they're all gonna come back. So I'm not really tripping about it. And I am actually gonna start digging some of these up and transplanting them into pots that I can keep over the winter. So when spring hits, I could just start putting them out and getting it going. So this bed, from this side, it just looks like a bunch of crazy basil plants that have just blown up. But if we swing around, look, more flowers, y'all. Very pretty. If y'all remember, these are the beans and peas, and look at how much has grown since the last time I updated y'all. These beans are starting to trellis, which means I need to get the strings and start draping them down and connecting them so we can have beans going all the way up. But just look at all the growth, y'all. They are doing so good, so good. More flowers. This is sweet alyssum, which are fantastic companion plants for tomatoes. And since this is mainly my tomato bed, I love the fact that those are still growing, because over the summer they all died, but now they're back. More basil over here. That's a cardinal basil right there. Just a very pretty basil. And the smell of basil right over here is crazy. I love it, love it. Let's jump to this. Okay, this bed. Now again, these are freaking peppermint or spearmint, and they just take everything over. I'm going to do a video on this, but as you can see, the peppermint's all the way out into the bed. I have not done anything in this section yet. I will very soon. Very, very soon. Eggplants are doing really good. I've got different types of eggplants over here. All different sizes and varieties. These are all doing really well. Also, we've got rampincati zucchini plants that are starting to really take off. And right back in here in this section, that is where I had the Single Seed Challenge 2023 plants, Tiny Elvis and Priscilla. And those tomato plants have completely died. Now I left them in to use as trellises so other plants could trellis up them, but the plants have actually fallen over and completely died. That's why there's that big old gap right here and the strings are still hanging, because these are the remnants of the Single Seed Challenge plants. Now, for those of you that have watched this channel for a while, you know how important that challenge is to me every year. This one was exceptionally important to me for a number of personal reasons, and I'm really sad that they went the way that they went. I was hoping that the framework would stay and I could have stuff trellising up them so they could continue their legacy, but they're gone, and I'm gonna have to dig it all out. Totally clean up this entire section, because these are all basil plants, y'all. I mean, look how big they are. They're at least 4 foot tall, 3-4 foot tall, somewhere right in that range. And they're just everywhere. But I've left them because of that right there. The bees are still coming in to get what they need for the winter. So I'm leaving them for now, but I am going to totally tighten up and clean up this whole section, because those rampincati zucchini plants are starting to really take off and they need room to go. I'm very happy with that. I'm not happy with all this. I absolutely hate mint in the garden. Okay, we've got a couple more sections here and then we're done. But check this out. Okay, just a week ago, I did the thinning the root crop video, and that was all of this section. Look at how big all of these radishes have grown already in just a week. And you can see there's plenty of spacing. I mean, I could tighten that section up right there. But for the most part, there's lots of spacing in here for everything. So that makes me happy. These squashes are doing really good. They probably won't survive the winter, but that's okay. These were all old seeds, and I just wanted to get stuff planted. Right over here is spinach, and they're starting to pop up. Like, I could actually start taking some of those little leaves off for baby spinaches. This bed was an experiment, honestly, and it's doing really well. I'm very pleased with that section. Over there, everything's doing good. These are the asparagus green beans. We've got some other cucumbers and peas right here. These are gonna be peas, those are cucumbers. This whole section is pretty much gone. Those were summer stuff that I need to just totally tighten all that up and then replant some winter crops right in there. Or maybe I'll just amend it and leave it alone and prepare it for spring. I'm not sure. The container garden, as you can see, is doing great. The banana tree has really come back because it was looking horrible over the summer, but look at those leaves now. Nice and big, beautiful, putting on new leaves constantly. Banana plant's doing good. Figs, I've got limes right over there, lemons over there. This whole little section is doing super good. I think a lot of it has to do with the weather. A lot of those figs I had to actually hide in the heat of the summer. They were just baking. And now that this weather's here, everything is just exploding. Kind of like in spring, but fall is a different type of explosion. And I really love the fall and the springtime gardens. So those are absolutely my two favorites, without a doubt. Okay, final bed right here, everyone. Look at these potatoes. Look, these are potato plants. And all of these are potato plants. Look at that. Look how good they are all doing. I mean, they are just going crazy. I love that. Swiss chard is finally starting to kind of take off. The yellow Swiss chard that I had over here, or that I have over here, is really not doing much. But we got some coming up. We've got some lettuces that are finally starting to grow. That's making me very happy. The pepper plants here that survived, I've just left in, and they've actually come back. And then check out, this is a mango. And then check out all the garlic, everyone. They are doing great. And then these are the elephant garlics right here. I saved 5 of the elephant garlics from my harvest earlier in the year, specifically to plant this time of year. And all 5 of those seed garlics have survived and are actually producing. So I could not be more happy about that. To be completely honest, I wasn't sure if I saved the garlic cloves the right way, but apparently I did. And again, I'm very, very happy about it. All right, everybody, so that's an update on the garden. It's all doing really well, as you can see. I don't really have any issues. Of course, now that I said that, I'll have 18 of them tomorrow. But I don't have any issues right now. I'm very pleased with what's going on. The rain has helped. This weather is just phenomenal, at least here in this area, the Houston area, North Houston area. I'm north of Houston. Hey, if y'all enjoyed this video, I appreciate you sharing it with anyone who'd like to see an almost November garden tour here in the 9A area. Things are growing, flowers are blooming, the garden is coming alive, the bees are still pollinating, doing really, really awesome out here. So I really don't have anything to complain about. Everyone take care, God bless. Get in your gardens, prep them, get them ready. If you're not growing a fall garden or a winter garden, start amending your beds now. Let that nutrients and let all that material, the compost, break down over the winter, get down into your beds, so your spring gardens are ready to rock and roll. And with having said that, y'all, I will talk to y'all again real soon. You really should have vegetables in your vegetable garden.